So here we have both the captains. We have the captain from City Monster School, Lucknow, India. And here we have Gateway College, Colombo, Sri Lanka. Okay, both the captains are here. It's a request, can we have the team list from the score? So we have the captain from CMS once, and from Gateway College, Colombo, it is Aaron. We are still waiting for the playing 11 list from the Gateway College, Colombo. The playing 11 list has to be exchanged in the presence of third umpire. Okay, okay. And what do you suggest, Sachin sir, regarding the pitch?
I could see the few green spots on the pitch and little bit of moisture is also there. So I think in the beginning of the inning it is going to help the bowlers, but in the later half it could be a paradise for batsmen.
That means we are in for a very high scoring match, I suppose, isn't it? So we are in treat for a very good contest, and all the best to both the teams. And we are still waiting for the playing 11 list of Sri Lanka. I think they are here now. We are all set to have the toss for the match.
Hello.
So all set for the toss. . Okay, who has won? Sri Lanka has won the toss and they have elected to?
Bowl first.
Okay, they have agreed to bowl first. So I will request the captain to be here just for a minute. Just for a minute. Okay, why did you choose, why have you decided to bowl first? Any reason behind it?
No reason. There were a lot of cracks in the pitch, so I was thinking if we were batting, it would be a little bit hard. So that's why I chose to bowl first.
Okay, all the best and may the best win.
Vansh, though you have lost the toss, but still you got to bat first. Do you think it is blessing in disguise?
Yeah, we would like to make full use of the opportunity given to us and make a good target for the opponent. Thank you.
What do you think is a competitive score over here?
Between 150 and 160, we would be happy to defend it.
Okay, all the best. Thank you. That's all from the main ground.
Okay, both the teams are requested to be lined up for the national anthem. Okay, can we have the national anthem of Sri Lanka?
गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता। पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा, विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा। तव शुभ नामे जागे, तव शुभ आशीष मांगे, गाहे तव जय गाथा। जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता। जय हे जय हे जय हे, जय 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 हे।
If anyone has found a key of Scooty, you can please hand it over to the place where sound system is kept.
We are about to begin the first match of the day. Both the field umpires are entering in the ground, and I could see the bowling side is also entering in the ground. Please. You can see the opening batsman of the CMS Lucknow is also on the ground. Dr. R.P. Singh and Ashwini Madhyan are the on-field umpire. Mr. Ravi is the third umpire. Yeah, Laksh Agrawal, Suryansh are the opening batsmen, and Laksh Agrawal is going to take the strike. Field is set. Bowler is already on his mark. We've got the signal from the umpire for play to start. No run is scored on the first ball. A slightly short pitch ball. It was outside the half stump, and even keeper couldn't gather it. So went for the bye. Also the wide signaled by the umpire. 2 runs are scored. Good length ball outside the off stump. Left by the batsman, gathered by the keeper, and once again no run is scored. Next ball. Slightly over pitch, steered towards the third man, but very well fielded by the fielder. Once again, no run is scored. Kavishka on his run-up. It was a slightly uppish ball. Tried to pull it over the mid wicket, but managed to play it towards the square leg. 1 run is scored. Kavishka. Bowled a slower ball, but again it was a very wide and wide signal by the umpire. Played towards the mid wicket. 1 run is scored. Five without loss. It was a good length ball, defensively played by the player. No run is scored. At the end of first over, the score of CMS Lucknow India is 5 without loss. It seems that ball is coming bit slowly than expected by the batsman. Aaron is going to bowl the second over. He is also the captain of the team. So he is managing his resources and taking the lead from the front. Good length ball, tried to hit it over the mid-on, but proper contact was not made. So this went to the short mid-on and no runs are scored. Oh, very well bowled. Good length ball, slightly offside the off stump. Tried to play it, but missed completely. Gathered by the keeper. Back to bowler. Aaron ready to bowl the next ball. A very well bowled, played by the batsman. Between the cover and point, went straight towards the boundary line. So 4 runs is scored. The first boundary of the match. Nine without loss. Outside the off stump, wide signaled by the umpire. 1 more run added to the score, 10 without loss. A good length ball, very well played in the gap, and a cheeky single scored by the batsman. Total moves on to 11 without loss. Outside the off stump, good length ball. Batsman let it go to the keeper. No run is scored. 11 without loss of any wicket. Once again, it was a short pitch. The batsmen have enough time to play it between the point and cover, and the ball cross over the rope. 4 runs is scored. The second boundary of the over. At the end of 2 overs, the score is 15. Sri Lanka need to manage with the extra runs. Kavish for his second over. Ready to bowl. Slightly pitched towards the leg stump and is flicked towards the deep fine leg. In the meantime, 1 run is scored. 16 without loss. A slightly short pitch ball played towards the point and a bit of misfielding, so where it would have been no run, the 2 runs are scored by the batsman. Kavishka ready to bowl. A good length ball, but it was a very outside off stump. I beg your pardon, outside the leg stump. Therefore, wide signaled by the umpire. 20 without loss. Very well driven over pitch ball went to the mid off. In the meantime, batsman crossed over for a single. 21 now the score is. Slightly on the leg stump, played towards the mid wicket. Batsman crossed over for a single. There is a appeal for run out, but I think player have made their ground well. Once again, outside the leg stump, wide signaled by the umpire, and also batsman crossed over for a single. So 2 runs is scored on this particular ball. A slightly short pitch, upish over the mid-wicket player, and ball went over the boundary ropes. 4 runs is scored. A full toss driven the front of straight drive and very well fielded by the fielder who was there on the long on. Only 1 run could be scored. At the end of third over, the score is 29 without loss. So almost the run rate is near about 10 per over. And within the 3 overs, there are many extra runs have been conceded by the Sri Lankans.
Nice shot into the gap, and it's very well fielded by the fielder in the third man region. A certain 4 has just been reduced to a 1 run. Fourth over in progress, and the score is 32 runs without any loss. Leaves it outside the leg stump, and it's a wide signal. 1 more run added to the score. Arun, who's bowling from the CMS LDA Park end, has been quite lively in a run-up. Again swing down the leg side and wide signal. The bowlers have to be a little bit more careful while bowling towards the leg side. A margin error is quite less. With this 1 extra run, the score moves on to 34. Played into the gap. The fielder comes in quickly, stops the ball from going over, slightly misfield, but enough time for the batsman to cross over and take 1 run. The 2 openers, Suryans and Laksh, from City Monsoon School, Lucknow, India. Tries to go for an expansive drive, could not connect it properly, takes an inside edge and moves towards the square leg where the fielder is there, but quite efficiently the 2 batsmen takes 1 run. Aaron bowling from the CMS LDA Park end, getting ready to bowl his next delivery. It seems that there was an edge, and the reactions on the fielder and the wicketkeeper says so. So it's a dropped chance. With this, we come to the end of the 4th over. At the end of the 4th over, the score is 36 runs without any loss.
Now, new bowler brought in by the captain from the CMS primary building in. Again, the new bowler also started with a wide ball. So Sri Lanka needs a short pitch ball, tried to hit hard, but couldn't make a proper contact with bat. But by the time ball was fielded, 1 run is scored by the batsman. Next ball. A good leg ball outside the off stump. Batsman let it go towards the keeper. Well gathered and returned back to the bowler. Needs to bowl in this way. Short pitch ball, batsman tried to pull it towards the fine leg, but only managed to get inside edge and ultimately scoring a 1 run. Outside the off stump, wide signal by the umpire. A matter of great concern for Sri Lankan team. Lot of extra runs are being conceded. A very short pitch ball, hit hard, but it took the top edge and went high, and ultimately the player at the short mid-on took a well and nice just catch. So the first wicket for CMS Lucknow, India. The Sri Lankan team needs to concentrate to bowl on the stumps. They have to stick to the basics. The CMS lost the wicket of Suryansh, who scored 10 runs, and the new batsman in is Arush. Arush is ready to face Oh, it's a very good ball. Even beats the keeper as well and went for 4 byes. No. So outside the leg stump, wide signal by the umpire. 45, loss of 1 wicket. Fifth over is in progress. Once again, it was outside the leg stump, so wide that even keeper couldn't gather it well. So 1 run taken by the batsman and a wide ball. So 2 runs scored on this particular ball. 47, loss of 1 wicket. Oh, it may be a no ball. Is it? Not. It's a full toss. Hit towards the square leg and 1 run is scored. Played it nicely towards the fine leg, fielded by the player. Batsman crossed over for 1 run. 54, loss of 1 wicket after the end of 5th over. The run rate at this point of time is 10.8 runs per over.
A quite nice and sedate start by City Monster School, Lucknow, India. Though they have lost the first wicket in the previous over. Timothy was the one who broke the partnership, which was quite good. The bowler getting ready to bowl from the CMS LDA Park end. Arush on strike. And the batsman tries to go for a sweep but couldn't connect it properly, and the ball trickles down towards the fine leg region. Enough time for both the batsmen to take a single and add 1 run to their team score. Arush on strike. Goes for an expansive drive straight to the fielder. But the fielder is not able to field it properly and the ball crosses over for a boundary. So Arush opens his account with a boundary. Dylan Fernando is the bowler. Is bowling from the CMS Jayjaga Park end. Goes for a big hit but couldn't connect it properly. But still manages to put the ball through the boundary. Doolan the bowler. Arush goes back, punches this down directly towards the bowler. Bowler tries to field but couldn't field it properly, but no extra run given. The batsman also not in the mood to take any risk. Arush, an elegant left-handed batsman, on strike, getting ready to face Julian from the CMS LDA Park end. Couldn't time it properly, rocked back and tried to punch it through the mid-wicket region, but the ball could not come nicely onto the bat. It seems that the pitch has slowed down a little bit. It's not good for the stroke play. The players are finding it a little difficult. It was a juicy full toss, but the batsman could take advantage, and it's a no ball. The ball was above the waist height. Dulan getting ready to bowl his next delivery. Goes for a big hit, and is it in the gap? Yes, it is. Waist shot, and that's a maximum. That's 6. Full advantage of the free hit, and Arush does not miss the chance. It was offered on the platter, and he served it right over the side screen for the maximum. With this, we come to the end of the over. The score stands at 70 runs for the loss of 1 wicket. 6 overs completed.
The approximate run rate is around just little less than 12 runs per over. Sri Lankan team have to pull up their socks and to contain the CMS batsmen, as they are playing nicely. In the previous over, 2 back-to-back boundaries and 1 6. Next ball. It was a good length ball, played defensively by the batsman. Straight to the fielder. No run. Next ball from CMS primary end. Little shorter, kept little low. Batsman tried to hit it hard, but couldn't make a proper contact. No run. A flighted full toss, played straight to the bowler, and no ball signaled by the umpire. It's a free hit. Again, a very flighted ball outside the off stump. Wide signal. Again, an extra run conceded. Once again, bowler is missing out his rhythm totally, and back-to-back wide balls are bowled. Again, flighted ball, slightly over pitch, but batsman could not make anything out of it. Next ball, full toss, driven hard towards the long off, and as no fielder was there, so it was played in the very well in the gap. 4 runs scored. Laksh is playing nicely. He moves to 21 as his individual score. It was outside the leg stump and even keeper could not gather it. Wide signaled by the umpire. So 2 runs are scored. 79, the loss of 1 wicket in the 7th over. Short pitch ball and also the no ball signaled by the umpire, and it's going to a free hit for Arush. Arush tried to play it but could not make a contact with the ball, so no run is scored. Last ball of the over. Oh. It was a full toss and hit hard by the batsman. Went over the ropes for 6, and I think no ball also signaled by the umpire. So as the ball was above the waist height, so no ball was also signaled. So 7 runs is scored on the previous delivery and it's a free hit. Next ball. A flighted one. Batsman overstepping and tried to pick it up but couldn't reach to the pitch of the ball. So no run is scored on this particular ball. At the end of 7th over, the score is 87 for the loss of 1 wicket.
A big appeal. The ball was a little outside the leg stump and the batsman tried to heave it over the square leg region but couldn't put the bat to the ball. The ball landed into the hands of the wicketkeeper. Dulan getting ready to bowl on the CMS LDA Park end. Some instructions being given by the umpire. Punches it through the wicket, and that's 4 runs. Very nicely timed, and it was very beautifully dissected between the 2 fielders, and the ball moves over the boundary line and it's 4 runs. Laksh Agarwal has moved on to 25 runs, his individual score, and the team score moves on to 91 runs for the loss of 1 wicket. Again played into the gap. The fielder coming in makes a valiant attempt and nice fielding. But equal to the task, the 2 batsmen, Laksh and Arush. They take 2 runs. Laksh seems to be quite set now. His eye is set in and he's able to play his shots quite nicely. Goes for a massive hit. And is it going to be a 6? Let's wait for the umpire signal. And it's a boundary. Laksh is now on the This is high up in the air. The fielder coming in with and misses it completely. Laksh, who has been trying to up the run rate, and he's going for the shots. This time he was not able to time the shot nicely, but he got a life. The fielder could not judge it nicely. It's quite difficult to take catches, high catches, specifically in the lights. Tries to go for another slog sweep, and as it is a little beyond the leg stump, wide signal by the umpire. Arush on strike, Dulan the bowler, bowling from the CMS LDA Park end. A well flighted delivery, and Arush played directly to the fielder on ground, did not take any chance. It was the last delivery of the over. With this, the 8th over comes to an end, and City Bouncer School Lucknow, India are just one short of their 100 runs for the loss of 1 wicket, 99 for the loss of 1 wicket after 8 overs.
Anjan, what do you think the run rate the CMS is going? They are going to score, I think, around 250.
Yeah, if they continued in the same manner, definitely, Sachin sir, they are going to cross even 250 also, because the last few overs the batsmen tried to go for the maximum.
Flighted ball, played defensively and fielded by the keeper itself. No run is scored. Next ball. The ball was in the air for a long time. It was taken on the full by the batsman and hit towards the long off. Batsman crossed over for a single. Now the CMS Lucknow crosses the 100 mark in the 9th over. Once again, a very well driven towards the long on, fielded by the fielder over there. 1 run is scored. Flighted ball towards slightly on the leg side. It was hit hard by the batsman and went over the rope for 4. So another boundary and the score reaches to 105. The loss of 1 wicket, the 9th over in progress. Laksh took this ball and steered it towards the square leg, fielded by the fielder. Batsman crossed over for a single. Laksh moves on to 38. Arush A flighted ball slightly over pitched. It was played towards the deep cover, well fielded there by the fielder. In the meantime, batsman crossed over for 1 run. At the end of 9 overs, the score is 107, the loss of 1 wicket.
Laksh and Arush quite playing sensibly, and within no time they have been able to add up around 66 runs for their team. Dulan getting ready to bowl from the CMS Jagat Park end. Arush on strike. Nice shot, punch directly to the fielder, all along the ground. The ball carries the carpet as if trying to see what the ground is all about. Laksh Agarwal on strike, batting on 38, Dulan the bowler of the CMS Jagat Park end. A slightly flighted delivery. Laksh takes the first very quickly and they are trying to steal a second run. But Arush is against it, but there is an overthrow. And what Laksh wanted, he got it. Courtesy. An overthrow. Dulan the bowler. He's bowling his third over from the CMS Jagat Park end. Laksh on strike, batting on 40. The team score 110 runs for the loss of 1 wicket. 10th over in progress. Some rectification being done on the stumps by the umpire. All set now. Nice shot into the gap. The fielder coming in and fields. Enough time for the fielder to take. But it seems that the ball has crossed over the boundary. The fielder tried his level best to stop it but couldn't do so. So it's a boundary. With this boundary, Laksh moves on to 44 runs. Just 6 short of his half century. Rocks back and puts it into the gap. 2 fielders coming in. This time the fielders a little bit more careful and they didn't allow the ball to cross over the boundary. Laksh moves on to 45. Dulan to continue his over from the CMS Jagat Park end. A left hand right hand combination sometimes create problems for the bowler. Nice shot into the gap. The fielder came in and stopped it, but couldn't stop the batsman to take a single. The team score moves on to 115 runs. The 10th over in 116 runs. The 10th over in progress. Laksh back on strike. Played into the gap. Does not take any risk on the last delivery and retains the strike. The 10th over comes to end and at the halfway mark, City Monster School, Lucknow, India scores 117 runs for the loss of 1 wicket. And right now they are scoring at a very healthy current run rate of 11.70. And if they continue with this, they are definitely going to score an excess of around 230 plus. Nice batsmanship being shown by both the batsmen, Arush and Laksh. Their partnership have already swelled to around 76 runs, and they have scored the 76 runs at a very quick pace of just 37 balls.
Ready to bowl from CMS primary end. Hit hard by the batsman towards the long on, fielded by the fielder. 1 run is scored. Total moves on 118. Arush played it towards the square leg and batsman couldn't field it cleanly, so the batsman crossed over for a cheeky single. Again the Laksh is on a strike, playing on 47, ready to face next ball. A slightly over pitch towards the leg side, and it's a 4 runs scored and reaches to the 51. So very well played innings where he took the advantage of only the balls which needs to be hit. He, without taking any risk, he played it nicely and moves on to the 51.
Arush on strike. Allows the ball to pass into the hands of the wicket keeper. Wide signalled. A very nice partnership has been developed by the two, between Arush and Laksh. Into the square leg region. So we come to the end of the 11th over. At the end of the 11th over, the score stands at 127 runs for the loss of 1 wicket. Laksh completed his half century in the previous over, and along with him, Arush is also given a very nice company. He has been the aggressor between the two. He has been hitting 4s and 6s quite easily. He has already hit 2 4s and 2 6s in his innings. It has been hit very forcibly, but Laksh must be thinking that he should have put the ball into the gap to get the maximum result, but has to be satisfied with just 1 run. Arush back on strike. Dulan the bowler, bowling his 4th over from the CMS Jai Jagat Park end. Arush played into the gap. No chance for both the fielders. They tried to cut it out, but extremely well timed and well bisected the two fielders so easily, and 4 runs. Arush quickly has moved on to 31 runs, and this was his third boundary. Arush on strike. Goes on the back foot and punches it, but there's some misfield, and it's a boundary. Consecutive boundaries by Arush. This boundary was a result of a small mix-up by the fielder, which allowed Arush to get this boundary. Arush has quickly moved on to 35 runs and with 4 boundaries. Nice hit into the gap. No chance for the batsman, for the fielder to cross, to stop that ball going over the boundary line. Third consecutive boundary for Arush. Doolan has been quite expensive. His last 3 deliveries has gone for 3 boundaries. And Arush has quickly moved on to 39 runs. Doolan getting ready to bowl. Again tries to go for it on the leg side, but to wait, and as it has been signaled, it is the wide. 1 run added to the score, to the team score. The team score moves on to 142 runs for the loss of 1 wicket. 12th over in progress. Doolan the bowler, bowling from CMS LDA Park End. Laksh on strike. It's another wide. Even the keeper also was not able to collect it. This innings has seen a lot many extras being given by the Sri Lankan team. Again tries to go for a massive hit, but misses it completely as it is beyond his reach. So wide signaled. Arush on strike. Doolan the bowler. Tries to go for a big hit, but couldn't time it properly. But still enough time for both the batsmen to take 2 runs. And is it going to be an overthrow? Yes, it is. And 3 runs completed. Doolan, who has been quite good till now, but this over has proved very expensive. On strike, Laksh batting on 53. Nice shot into the gap. The fielder coming in, but couldn't stop the bowler to go over the boundary. That's 4 runs. And with this 4, the score moves on to 152 runs for the loss of 1 wicket. 12 over completed.
The 13th over will be bowled from the CMS primary end. Both the batsmen have really played well, and you just could see that in the meantime the partnership have crossed over 100 runs. So Sri Lanka needs to break this partnership if you really want to make a comeback in this game, and needs to take the few wickets in a quick succession. Arush ready to face. He played it towards the mid wicket and fielded by the fielder. In the meantime, the batsman crossed over for a single. Laksh ready to face the next ball. A flighted one, slightly over pitch, played it towards the long on, fielded by the fielder. Only one run is scored. Score moves on 154, loss of 1 wicket. 13th over in progress. Arush hit it over the top and there was no chance for any fielder. So ball crossed over the boundary. 4 runs is scored. With this boundary, Arush moves on to 47. A good length ball, but very well hit over between the mid wicket and long on, and ball crossed over for 4 runs, and with this boundary Arush also completes his half century and he scored the 51 run in just 26 balls. So the strike rate of almost 200. Once again, flighted and over pitch, played on high and straight to the fielder at long on, and very well taken by the fielder over there. So slight distraction after completing his half century, and with this a very well played innings from Arush comes to an end, and Sri Lankan got the wicket they very badly needed. So this is a chance for the Sri Lankan team to come back, to make a comeback in the game if we take another 1 or 2 wickets in quick succession. At the same time, the stage is set for the other batsmen to come over here because the run rate is more than 13 runs per over at this time, and still a long batting lineup is there. So the CMS team would like to accelerate further and try to take the score up to more than 250. Abhijay is the new batsman in, and he is going to take the strike. And Laksh is still there on the crease. A flighted full toss delivery played well towards the square leg, fielded by the fielder, and in the meantime the batsman crossed over for 2 runs. At the end of 13th over, the CMS India score is 164 for the loss of 2 wickets. Laksh is ready to face the next ball. The First ball of 14th over. Laksh is ensuring that he takes his team to a good score and plays till end. A good length ball, defensively played and fielded by the keeper. No run is scored. (164) the loss of 2 wickets, 13.1 over. Again a good length ball, just steered towards the third man and batsman crossed over for a single. Abhijay ready to face the next ball. A very well ball delivery. A slight bounce was there in the pitch at this particular ball, and batsman just couldn't understand how to play it. In the meantime, ball reaches to the keeper. No run is scored. Next ball outside the leg stump, wide is signaled by the umpire. So the same agony continues, extra runs. A very well bowled outside the off stump. Avijay tries to play it towards the cover, misses it completely as the keeper couldn't gather it nicely, so 1 run is scored. Now Laksh is on a strike. Next ball. Very nicely bowled, slightly outside the off stump. Laksh took his one step out, but still he couldn't make any contact. Gathered by the keeper, and no run is scored on this ball. Oh, very well bowled. Good length ball, straight. The Laksh tried to hit it hard and miss it completely, and ball hits the stumps. This is the third wicket that is fallen, and Sri Lankans have struck in quick succession. Both the set batsmen are out now, so it is a good chance for the Sri Lankan team to make it most out of it. The situation demands that they can take a few more wickets so they can be once again in the game. The new batsman Aryan Singh is on the crease. He took the guard and ready to face the next ball. Again a good length ball, very well defensively played by the batsman. (168 for 2), 14th at the end of the 14th over.
So the Sri Lankan team has taken 2 very quick wickets. Both the set batsmen, they are back in the dugout, and the two new batsmen, Aryan Singh and Abhijay Pratap, they both are new to the crease. So if Sri Lanka wants to make a comeback in this match, this is the time. The bowler getting ready to bowl from the CMS building end. And it was straight hit there, but couldn't connect it properly. Aryan Singh on strike. Asian Sera Singhe bowling from the CMS primary building end. Even the run rate has a little bit gone down. Punched it through the cover region. The fielder coming in from the sweeper cover fields, but couldn't stop the batsman to take a single. Both the batsmen must be taking a little bit of time. Asian getting ready to bowl. A nice flighted delivery, but the batsman was equal to the task. Punched it to the long off region and takes 1 run. CMS his team has already scored 171 runs for the loss of 3 wickets. The batsman punches it again straight down towards the side screen before the fielder can come and stop the ball from going over the boundary line. 1 run.
Batsman tried to plate it, but couldn't make a proper contact. But there was enough time to cross over for a single. 174 for 3. At the end of 15th over, the score is now 174 for the loss of 3 wickets. Last 2 overs, the scoring rate is down a bit because both the set batsmen were out. Next over from CMS Jai Jagat Park end. First ball bowled by the bowler was outside leg stump and a wide signaled by the umpire, and batsman also crossed over for 1 run. So 2 runs are added to the total, 176 for 3. A short pitch ball, very well hit towards the mid wicket, straight to the fielder, well fielded thereby, and batsman had enough time to cross over for a single. 176 for 3. A slightly short of length ball, very well played between the fine leg and the square leg, and ball crossed over for 4 runs. One 81 for 3, 15.2 overs. CMS Lucknow. Next ball, oh, again wide outside the leg stump, and wide signaled by the umpire as well. One more run added to the score. Extras are main contributor today. Oh, a good ball outside the off stump on the good length. Batsman tried to play it but couldn't make any contact, gathered by the keeper and returned back to the bowler. These kind of deliveries to be bowled by the bowler to contain the batsman and also keep extra runs. Once again, a good ball, no run was scored. (182 for 3 in 15.4 overs). Next ball. A slightly short pitch, steered towards the point, fielded by the fielder. In the meantime, the batsman crossed over for 1 run. Oh, outside the leg stump once again, a wide signaled by the umpire. One more extra run added into the kitty of CMS Lucknow. Batsman tried to hit hard, but no proper contact was made. So ball only went straight to the fielder and no run was scored. With this, we come to the end of 16th over, and the score at the end of 16 over is 184. As CMS has lost only 3 wickets till now, so we may witness a few big shots in the coming 4 overs.
Yes, Sachin sir, I think you are absolutely spot on. The next 4 overs, we are definitely going to see some big shots because they have 7 wickets in hand and they definitely can go for the big shots, and both the batsmen have played very intelligently till now. Nice ball into, but the batsmen were equal to the task. And there is a slight misfield, and which allows both the batsmen to double up and add 1 more run to their team score. Aryan Singh and Abhijay Pratap Singh, both batsmen at the crease. By now they must have already gauged the pitch. And They are playing the ball on the merit. Timothy. A slight bounced up, but equal to the task is the batsman and puts the ball over the boundary for 4 runs. Aryan Singh, with this boundary, he moves over to 14 runs, his second boundary of the innings. The Sri Lankan team has to be a little bit more tight in their bowling, specifically with the extras. Again, try to go for a little short, but as it was beyond the reach of the batsman, wide signal and 4 runs. As just now I said, the Sri Lankan bowling has to be a little bit more tighter with their giving up extras so easily. Not only they add up to the runs, they also give the extra deliveries to the batting team. Timothy getting ready to bowl his next delivery from the CMS building end. Again, high up in the air, but the batsman equal to the task. Could have got the maximum, but it is no ball. The ball was high up on the waist, so a free hit coming up. On strike, we have Aryan Singh. Abhijay on strike. Another wide, I think. The free hit was playing in the mind of the bowler, and he wanted to somehow not to go for the maximum. He tried to bowl a slower ball. This time into the gap. No chance for the batsman or the fielder to stop the ball going over the boundary line. 4 runs. And with this 4, the team score crosses over 200 runs. 202 runs for the loss of 3 wickets. 17th over in progress. The 17th over being bowled by Timothy from the CMS building end. Abhijay Pratap Singh on strike, batting on 10. Nice shot into the gap. Fielder coming in quickly, stops the ball from to go over the boundary line. No run. Timothy getting ready to bowl his next delivery from the CMS building end. Abhijay on strike. Again, it's quite wide of the stump, and it is a wide declared by the umpire. 1 more run added to the extras, and the extras are quickly swelling it up, and even the extras have gone the half-century mark. Aryan Singh on strike. Very nicely flicked off the hip. No chance for the fielder to stop it from going over the boundary line. 4 runs. Waist shot. Nice flick. The ball was on the leg side. With a flick of the wrist, the ball trickled down over the boundary line. Tipati getting ready to bowl from the CMS building end. Aryan on strike. It's again tried to bounce out, and it's a no ball and 4 runs and a free hit. if you get a boundary, Timothy getting ready. And it is again above the waist height, and a free hit and some instructions being given by the umpire to the bowler. Some guidance being given. Timothy. And that too into the gap, the fielder coming in and is able to stop it from going over the boundary line. So 1 run. With this delivery, the over comes to an end. At the end of the 17th over, City Monsoon School, Lucknow, India has scored 215 runs for the loss of 3 wickets. 3 more overs left in this innings of CMS.
Extra runs are playing an important role in the innings of CMS Lucknow. They are the third highest scorer. Eighteenth over, first ball in progress. Batsman is stepping it out and playing towards the fine leg. Fielded by the fielder over there. Only 1 run could be scored. (216) 17.1 overs. Ravishkar going to bowl. A very well bowled delivery, kept little low. Batsman tried to step out but could not reach up to the pitch of the ball. Misses completely, stopped by the keeper and sent back to the bowler. Next ball, short of length, took the bounce, a little bit bouncy, but the batsman made a good use of it and played it between the point and cover. Ball crosses over to the boundary lines. 4 runs is scored. (220 for 3). Again an over pitch ball straight driven towards the long on, fielded by the fielder. Only 1 run could be scored. Kavishkar ready to bowl his next ball. It was very outside the off stump, very wide. Even wicketkeeper is not able to collect that ball. So 5 runs are scored on this ball. With these 5 runs, the extras reaches to 61. Next ball, again outside the leg stump, wide signaled by the umpire. 227 for 3 in 17.4 overs. Batsman is stepping out from the crease and hit it over between the square leg and define leg, and ball crosses over towards the boundary rope. 4 more runs are scored. So now the batsmen are taking their chances because only 13 balls are now remaining. The score moves to 231 for the loss of 3 wickets in 17.5 overs. Once again the batsman is stepped out and hit it over the long off for a boundary once again. So back to back 2 boundaries hit by the batsman. And with this we come to the end of 18th over, and the score reaches to 235 for the loss of 3 wickets. So the CMS Lucknow is going along very nicely, and it seems that they definitely is going to cross over 250 mark over here.
I think they might score above 260 even, because these are the last 2 overs and both the batsmen are now set, Aryan and Abhijay. They took a little bit of time to get their eye in, and once they had gauged the nature of the pitch, and they have also been a little bit helped by the extras being given very easily by the Sri Lankan bowlers, and that has also helped them to gain in confidence. Nice shot into the gap. Any chance for the batsman to fielder to stop? No chance. Goes over the ropes. The maximum 6 runs. As we were just discussing, both the commentators with Sachin sir and I, and with the very first ball we have seen that the intention is very clear. The intent is there that if the ball is there in their zone, they are going to go for their shots. Dylan waited, let the ball to come onto the bat and played into the gap. But the fielder comes in, stops it, and allows the batsman to take just 1 run. Aryan Singh on strike. Dylan the bowler steps out and gives a big charge over the boundary and the maximum. Great shot, great anticipation. He waited for the ball and he knew that this is going to come, and it was a no ball. So a free hit now. So a bonus ball where there's a very less chance to be out. And the score has reached 249 runs for the loss of 3 wickets. There's 1 run short of 250 runs. Aryan himself has galloped to 39 runs and he has scored 6 fours and 1 6. Dylan getting ready to bowl from the CMS building end. Aryan rocks back, but this time is not able to time it properly. The ball came a little bit more quickly onto his bat. He was through with the shot. Dylan. This time he is absolutely ruthless in his approach. No doubts about it. Massive, massive 6. Right out of the stadium. Huge shot. It seemed that he was anticipating the ball to come to his zone, and very happily and gleefully he accepted it and put the ball beyond the boundary. Rocks back. punches it, but the fielder is there this time. But is there a misfield? Yes, it is. 4 runs, 2 balls, 10 runs. A massive over being achieved by the CMS batsman, and Aryan Singh, within no time he has reached 49 runs, one short of his 50. Goes for another hit. Is it in the gap? Yes, and that is his 50. Aryan Singh has scored his half century of just 23 balls. And with this, we come to the end of the 19th over. And after the end of 19th over, 260 runs for the loss of 3 wickets. Aryan Singh and Abhijay, they have already added up 92 runs between them for this partnership, where Abhijay has contributed 22 and Aryan 50 runs.
Third half century of the innings. Now the last over, it may go for how many runs? Maybe 20 or 22. Let's see. Because the batsmen have their intention to score as much as they can. The first ball, it was kept little low. So as the ball kept a little low and hit the stumps, so it's the 4th wicket down for the CMS. So at times it is seen that one odd ball keeps low. So batsman needs to be very, very careful about such deliveries. There are certain patches on the pitch. Once the ball is pitched over there, so keeps low. So the new batsman in on the crease, Jai Verma. He's tried to hit hard but couldn't make contact. Ball went to the keeper and the batsman crossed over for a single, and with this the strike come to the already set batsman who is there on the crease. 4 more balls are remaining. 261 for the loss of 4 wickets in 19.2. A good length ball, played well defensively, but passed to the bowler towards the long on. 1 run is scored. The 4th ball of the over, played upishly by the batsman over the long off and fielded by the fielder. Batsman crossed over for 1 run. So as we were expecting, we could not see a big shots in the last over because of the arrival of the new batsman on the crease. Oh, it was an Yorker delivery. Batsman stepped out from the crease, tried to take it on the full toss, misses it completely, and ball hits the stumps, and 1 more wicket fallen down. Harshvardhan is coming to face the remaining 1 ball. The last ball of the CMS Lucknow inning. Ready to face 4-6 or a dot. Oh, it, it straight went to the keeper and batsman tried to run one run, but keeper fielded it well and just broke the stumps. And I think this is out is given. So ultimately on the last ball, one more wicket fallen, and only 2 runs could be scored in the last over, and the final score is 263 for 6. So the target of 264 for Sri Lankan team in 20 overs.
सके तो खेल यारा जीत सके तो जीत खेल सके तो खेल यारा जीत सके तो जीत होगा आमना सामना होगा आमना सामना इस दुनिया के बीच
खेल सके तो खेल यारा जीत सके तो जीत खेल सके तो खेल यारा जीत सके तो जीत
खेलो जम के मेरे यारा बाजी तुम्हारी जीतो यारा This is your passion, this is your chance. So get up, get up, get up, get up, raise up your hand.
This is your passion, this is your chance. So get up, get up, get up, get up, raise up your hands.
खेलो जम के मेरे यारा बाजी तुम्हारी जीतो यारा खेलो जम के मेरे यारा बाजी तुम्हारी जीतो यारा खेल खेल के खेल में जीना
खेल में जीना
खेल खेल के दिल से लड़ना
खेल के दिल से लड़ना
हारे जीते जो कुछ भी हो
जीते जो कुछ भी हो
दिल से दिल की दूरी ना हो खेलो जम के मेरे यारा बाजी तुम्हारी जीतो यारा खेलो जम के मेरे यारा बाजी तुम्हारी जीतो यारा
जीत की उड़ान बन जा देश की तू शान बन जा जमीन से आसमां तक एक नई पहचान बन जा
This is your opportunity. You have to play. You have to win. You have to win. All have to win. You have to win. With unity. कारवां है चल पड़ा तूफान की रफ्तार से भेज देंगे हर लक्ष्य को अपने जुनून की धार से खेलो जम के मेरे यारा बाजी तुम्हारी जीतो यारा खेलो जम के मेरे यारा बाजी तुम्हारी जीतो यारा खेलो जम के up, get up, get up, get up, raise up your hands.
This is your passion, this is your chance. So get up, get up, get up, get up, raise up your hands.
खेलो जम के मेरे यारा, बाजी तुम्हारी जीतो यारा। खेलो जम के मेरे यारा, बाजी तुम्हारी जीतो यारा। खेल खेल के खेल में जीना,
खेल के खेल में जीना,
खेल खेल के दिल से लड़ना।
खेल खेल के दिल से लड़ना।
हारे जीते जो कुछ भी हो,
जीते जो कुछ भी हो,
दिल से दिल की दूरी ना हो। खेलो जम के मेरे यारा, बाजी तुम्हारी जीतो यारा। खेलो जम के मेरे यारा, बाजी तुम्हारी जीतो यारा।
जीत की उड़ान बन जा, देश की तू शान बन जा। जमीन से आसमां तक एक नई पहचान बन जा।
This is your opportunity. You have to play, you have to win, you have to win, all have to win, you have to win with unity. कारवां है चल पड़ा तूफान की रफ्तार से, भेज देंगे हर लक्ष्य को अपने जुनून की धार से। खेलो जम के मेरे यारा, बाजी तुम्हारी जीतो यारा। खेलो जम के मेरे यारा, बाजी तुम्हारी जीतो यारा। खेलो जम के बाजी तुम्हारी जीतो यारा। खेल सके तो खेल यारा, जीत सके तो जीत। खेल सके तो खेल यारा, जीत सके तो जीत। होगा आमना सामना, होगा आमना सामना इस दुनिया के बीच।
खेल सके तो खेल यारा, जीत सके तो जीत। खेल सके तो खेल यारा, जीत सके तो जीत।
खेलो जम के मेरे यारा, बाजी तुम्हारी जीतो यारा। This is your passion, this is your chance. So get up, get up, get up, get up, raise up your hands.
This is your passion, this is your chance. So get up, get up, get up, get up, raise up your hands.
खेलो जम के मेरे यारा, बाजी तुम्हारी जीतो यारा। खेलो जम के मेरे यारा, बाजी तुम्हारी जीतो यारा। खेल खेल के खेल में जीना,
खेल के खेल में जीना,
खेल खेल के दिल से लड़ना।
खेल खेल के दिल से लड़ना।
हारे जीते जो कुछ भी हो,
जीते जो कुछ भी हो,
दिल से दिल की दूरी ना हो। खेलो जम के मेरे यारा, बाजी तुम्हारी जीतो यारा। खेलो जम के मेरे यारा, बाजी तुम्हारी जीतो यारा। तुम्हारी जीतो यारा खेल सके तो खेल यारा जीत सके तो जीत खेल सके तो खेल यारा जीत सके तो जीत होगा आमना सामना होगा आमना सामना इस दुनिया के बीच
खेल सके तो खेल यारा जीत सके तो जीत खेल सके तो खेल यारा जीत सके तो जीत
खेलो जग के मेरे यारा बाजी तुम्हारी जीतो यारा
CMS ISL CMS ISL की है
This is your passion, this is your chance. So get up, get up, get up, get up, raise up your hand.
This is your passion, this is your chance. So get up, get up, get up, get up, raise up your hand.
खेलो जम के मेरे यारा, बाजी तुम्हारी जीतो यारा. खेलो जम के मेरे
Second inning is about to begin.
बाजी तुम्हारी.
Both the field umpires are on the ground. And the bowling side, CMS Lucknow, India is expected to be in ground shortly. Batsmen are also getting ready and they are coming in the field. Sri Lankan team needs to have a very solid strategy because the run rate they have to go is more than 13, so they need to stay on the wickets, and at the same time they have to take their chances if really they want to chase the target of 264. So here we can see that host team, that is City Montessori School, Lucknow, India, is entering in the ground. It seems that after getting such a good score, they all are very, very enthusiastic. And let's see their enthusiasm as the game progresses. The CMS team has to stick to the basics, that bowl on length and keep their line straight so that no more extra runs are scored and no more extra balls are given. I think the Sri Lankan team bowled more than 27 overs if we consider the wide balls that were bowled over there. So field is all set. The second inning is about to begin. The bowler is ready to bowl from the CMS Jai Jagat Park end. Batsmen took their guard and ready to face the first ball of the innings. It was a good length ball, very defensively played by the Sri Lankan batsman. Went towards the slip and well fielded by the fielders. No run is scored on the very first ball. So on the same line and length they need to bowl. The target is 264. It was a good length ball, slightly opening the face of the bat, steering towards the third man, and first run of the innings is scored. So team as well as batsman opens their account, one without loss. The required run rate is over 13 runs per over. Oh, it was a good length ball straight towards, going towards the leg and middle stump. A huge appeal by the batsman as the ball hit the pads of the batsman and it is given out by the umpire. And on the third ball, the CMS Lucknow struck and took the first wicket of the GC Colombo, Sri Lanka. This is a big jolt for the Sri Lankan team because the target they are chasing is 264. So the batsmen are required to stay on the wicket and judge the pitch and then accordingly play their shots. Amrit Singh, it was another good ball. Goodlin took the edge of the batsman and went to the third man. One run taken, his score moves on to 2. Amrit Singh to batsman. A long run up being taken by the Amrit. Once again a good ball. Took the slightly inside edge and went towards the square leg. In the meantime, 1 run is scored. Amrit is ready to bowl his next ball. It was slightly short pitch ball driven towards the mid wicket and there is a big misfield by the fielder over there. He could not stop the ball and ball crossed over the boundary for 4 runs. So very well struck boundary and a relief boundary for the Sri Lankan team. Score at the end of the first over is 7 on the loss of 1 wicket.
A successful over by Amrit Singh. The next over is going to be bowled by Vansh, who is going to bowl from the CMS building end. On strike we have Ashen. Allows the ball to go into the keeper's hand as it was quite beyond his reach. A wide signaled. We have already seen a lot many extras being given because of wide. But this time, though the batsman allowed the ball to go into the hands of the keeper, but it was not beyond its reach. Vanch, nice ball. Didn't allow the batsman to take any freedom. The batsman just tapped it towards the point region. The fielder comes in and fields. No runs scored. The score remains at 8 runs for the loss of 1 wicket. Second over in progress. Vanch bowling from the CMS building end. A big shout. And it's a wicket. Vanch has bowled the batsman. The second wicket goes down for the Sri Lankan team. Vanch, who was teasing the batsman with his loopy balls, and this time the batsman tries to go for a massive heave but misses it completely. But the ball does not misses the target. The second over in progress. 8 runs have been scored, and the Sri Lankan team has already lost 2 wickets. Tries to entice the batsman to go for a big hit with his flight, but the batsman was equal to the task, just plays a very defensive shot. No runs scored. A little quicker ball, but the batsman was equal and plays it towards the mid-off region. The fielder comes in and fields. The score remains at 8 runs for the loss of 2 wickets. This time the batsman goes on the back foot, punches it straight down the wicket. Before the fielder fields, the batsman is able to take 1 run. 1 run added to the score. With this, the second over comes to an end. At the end of the second over, the score is 9 runs for the loss of 2 wickets. Both the opening bowlers, Amrit Singh and Vanch, they have taken 1 wicket piece.
Amrit is going for his second over. In the ground we could see some extra fielders. So groundmen are requested to just see to it and send them out of the ground. Amrit is ready to bowl his second over. Dilan is going to face the first ball of the third over. Dilan is on strike, playing on 1. Amrit to Dilan. 9, loss of 2 wickets. Third over in progress. A slightly over pitch ball driven towards the long off, straight to the fielder. No run could be scored. 9, loss of 2 wickets. Amrit to Dilan. Good length ball outside the off stump. Batsman tried to play it but misses. Gathered by the keeper. No run is scored during the process. Amrit to Dilan. 2 consecutive dot balls putting the pressure on the batsman. It was a good length ball played towards the mid off, straight to the fielder. No run is scored. 3 consecutive dot balls by the Amrit. Once again it was an over-pitched ball and very well driven between the point and the cover. Ball crossed over the boundary. So 4 runs is scored after a few deliveries and few hiccups from the batsman. But it is going to be a very relief boundary for the Sri Lankan team. They need it very badly. 13, loss of 2 wickets. 2.4 overs. Amrit to Dilan. Once again, it was a good length ball, defensively played by Dilan. Fielded by the keeper, no run is scored. Final delivery of the 3rd over. Dilan is ready to face another delivery from Amrit. A very well bowled ball, got good length. Batsman played it safe defensively, fielded by the fielder, fielded by the bowler himself. No run is scored. So at the end of 3rd over, the score for the GC Colombo Sri Lanka is 13 with the loss of 2 wickets.
This time the batsman goes on the offensive and puts the ball beyond the boundary line. 4 runs. Both the batsmen have to really go for big shots, then only they are in chance to chase this mammoth target of 264. And this time again played into the gap. No chance for the fielders to even think of cutting off this ball, which raced towards the boundary line. 4 runs. 2 consecutive boundaries by the Sri Lankan batsman Adam. Good comeback by Vansh after being hit for 2 boundaries. He bowls a good length ball and the batsman played with complete respect. Vansh getting ready to bowl. Again, forward defensive, showing the full face of the bat. No chance to even think of taking a single. Vansh getting ready to bowl from the CMS building end. Nice shot to be played, but misses it completely. A good comeback by Vance after being hit for 2 consecutive fours. He has kept the batsman quiet. The batsman allows the ball go into the hands of the keeper. No harm done. No extra runs. 4th over comes to an end. At the end of the 4th over, the Sri Lankan team, Gateway College, Colombo, have scored 22 runs for the loss of 2 wickets. Are we going to see a change in the bowling? It seems so. Okay, Amrit is going to continue his spell from the CMS Jai Jagat Park end. Dilan goes back and punches it straight. The mid-on region, the fielder comes and fields. No chance to take a single. Both the batsmen must be thinking that they should take some risk or not to match up or think of chasing the target of 264. Amrit getting ready to bowl from the CMS Jai Jagat Park end. Good ball with a sudden rise. Normally we have seen on this pitch the ball keeping a little bit low, coming up a little bit slow also, but Amrit with his nice speed is able to generate, is keeping the batsman in check and giving no room for the batsman even to think of freeing the arms. Is it going to be taken? No. Safe. The batsman is in a little pain, I suppose. It has hit him on the inner part of the leg, where normally it's not protected through the pads. Amrit getting ready to bowl his next ball. Dilan on strike. Tries to steer it and it goes over the boundary line. 4 runs. Nice shot. Just took the pace of the delivery and guided it into the gap to get a boundary. A very welcome boundary. Too many dot balls were there in this over. The first scoring shot of this over in the form of a boundary. Amrit Singh was bowling very nicely. He has not given any room for the batsman to take advantage. He has also accounted for the first wicket to fall. Into the gap, but straight. The fielder comes in quickly and does not allow the batsman to take any run. Tries to go and hit it through the cover region but misses it completely. The ball goes into the hands of the wicketkeeper, and with this, Amrit's over. Third over comes to an end. At the end of fifth over, the score stands at 26 runs for the loss of 2 wickets. Dylan batting on 9, Aaron batting on 13.
The required run rate is shooting up exponentially. It has crossed over the 15 runs per over. The current run rate is 5.2 runs per over, and the required is more than 15 runs per over. The Sri Lankan team has to do something different to match with the scoring rate they required. Oh, outer edge was taken and went to the keeper, but the keeper couldn't hold it properly and put it down on the ground. So a drop chance given to the Sri Lankan batsman. Laksh is going to bowl his next ball. It was on the leg stump and flicked towards the fine leg. Batsman crossed over for a single. The Dulan is in pains, maybe a bit of a sprain, or the one of the ball in the previous over hit him hard. Now he's ready to face the next delivery from the Laksh. A very well bowled delivery, good length, slightly outside the off stump. Batsman tried to push it defensively, miss it completely. Well gathered by the keeper. Another dot ball. Sixth over is in progress. 3 more remaining in this over. Laksh to the lawn. A very well bowled delivery once again, slightly outside the off stump. Batsman tried to play it towards the third man, once again missed out, well gathered by the keeper. Once again, it was a good length delivery slightly outside the off stump. Keeper couldn't gather it cleanly. A slight misfield. In the meantime, single is stolen by the batsman. (29 for 2). It was an over pitch delivery played over mid wicket. Fielder tried, slightly got the fingers on the ball, but still ball moves out of his hands and crossed over the boundary rope for 4 runs. So a welcome and relief boundary for the Sri Lankan team. They need it more often. Again, it was a good length ball towards the leg stump. The batsman tried to play it towards the square leg region, played it straight to the fielder, fielded cleanly, no run could be scored. Score 33 for the loss of 2 wickets, the end of 6 over.
Aaron and Dilan, they have consolidated this innings of Gateway College, Sri Lanka. Aaron, who is batting on 18, and Dilan batting on 9. There is a change. Arush is going to start from the CMS Jayajagar Park end. Into the gap, and there's no chance for the fielders to stop the boundary. A very welcome boundary for the Sri Lankan team, and Arush has been welcomed with the boundary. Arush, who started his over from the CMS Jayajagar Park end, and on strike we have Aaron. Nice comeback by Arush. Took the pace of the ball. Ball a little bit slow through the air. Good ball. There's a small correction. The bowler name is Vijit Rastogi, bowling from the CMS Jayajagat Park end. Again, very nicely disguised ball is keeping the batsman guessing, not able to pick the turn. This time the batsman goes back and punches it to the sweeper cover. Sweeper cover, the fielder Suryans fields. But the batsman was able to take one single. Vijit, who was hit for a boundary at the very first ball, but he has made a good comeback. Good ball again, and with complete respect, the batsman plays it down. The bowler Vijit comes in and fields in his follow through. With this, the 7th over comes to an end. At the end of the 7th over, the score stands at 38 runs for the loss of 2 wickets. It's going to be quite an uphill task for the Sri Lankan team to chase down the target, which is at present time looks massive.
Laksh on his second over. Very nicely bowled. A good line delivery. Batsman tried to play it but misses it completely. No run is scored. The run rate is shooting up and up. Next ball, batsman tried to play it and hit on his pads. Leg by signaled by the umpire. 1 run added to the total. Laksh is bowling on a very good pace. Batsmen are finding it difficult to put away the balls the way Laksh is bowling. Oh, excellent delivery, excellent. Also, on this delivery, because of his height, he has got a little bit bounce and it went past very fast from the batsman and no contact was made, so no run is scored. It seems that it was a fuller length delivery. Batsman tried to hit it hard but misses completely. Ball hit the stumps and he's been clean bowled by the bowler. So it was looking like that the batsmen are finding it difficult to face the bowling of Laksh and he is able to out the batsman. So the third wicket down, 39 for 3 is 7.4 overs. So the target is getting tougher and tougher for Sri Lankan team. The new batsmen will have to try it in a different manner. Otherwise, the match is slipping away from their hands. And at this point of time, the CMS Lucknow team seems to have the full control of the game. But they should not be distracted from the situation. They should keep on bowling on the same line and length. Laksh is going to bowl to the new batsman in. A very well bowled delivery, but equally well played by the new batsman. It seems that Laksh has found the line and length on his home ground and he is bowling very, very nicely. Last ball of the 8th over, 39 for 2 in 7.5. Again a good length delivery, played defensively by the batsman, went towards the third man, batsman crossed over for a single. 40, loss of 3 wickets. So the current scoring rate is 5 runs per over. The short of length ball is steered towards the point, straight to the fielder. No run is scored. Ninth over is in progress. hit it on the pad, a huge appeal, but maybe the ball was missing the leg stump. Again, a very well ball delivery outside the off stump. Batsman let it go to the keeper. No run is scored. It's a no ball signaled by the umpire. A free hit. The batsmen have got the chance to free their arms. This delivery, batsman tried to hit it hard, but misses it completely. Went to the keeper. No run is scored. Once again, a good length ball, slightly down the leg side. Hit it on the pads of the batsman, no run is scored. So in this over, we still see a runs being scored. Last ball of the over, played defensively towards the point region. No run is scored after the end of 9 overs. Score is 40, the loss of 3 wickets. Only 1 run, that too from the no ball, was scored. Otherwise, no runs from the bat could be scored in the 9th over. The score is now 41 on the loss of 3 wickets at the end of 9 overs.
Plays into the vacant area and takes 1 run. Lux continuing his spell from the CMS building end. This is his 3rd over and he has also taken 1 wicket. Gateway College Colombo, Sri Lanka, they have scored 42 runs for the loss of 3 wickets. Nice ball, but a little way outside the off stump, wide. The CMS bowlers have been a little better in comparison to the Shinkan as far as extras are concerned. With full respect, the ball was dug out. Good ball. Angling in towards the pad. The batsman had no chance except to dig it out, and the ball moves towards the fielder. The fielder fields. Lux bowling from the CMS building end. Again, allows the ball to move into the hands of the wicketkeeper. Laksh, who has been quite remarkable in his spell, he has not given any ample room for the batsman to take advantage and has kept the batsman in complete control. Again, a nice ball, but this time a little wayward, and it moves over the boundary line for 4 runs. With this, Laksh over comes to an end, and the score moves on to, with this boundary, 47 runs for the loss of 3 wickets, and we have completed the halfway mark of the Sri Lankan batting. The Gateway College, Sri Lanka, they have scored 47 runs for the loss of 3 wickets, 10 overs completed, and the next 10 overs they have to score quite heavily to even match up to the target.
Outside the leg stump, wide signaled by the umpire. One more added to the total. 48 for 3. 216 are needed. It was a little bit short of line delivery and very well hit by the batsman between the cover and mid-off, and ball crosses over the boundary for 4 runs. A boundary after a long period of time. A sigh of relief for the batsman, but it's getting late and late for Sri Lanka. Next ball, again hit in the same region, misfield by the fielder over there at mid-off. Ball crosses over once again for the boundary. 2 boundaries back to back. But it seems it's quite late. But cricket is the game of uncertainties. You never know till the last ball is bowled. Once again, batsman tried to hit, couldn't make a proper contact. Ball went to the bowler. No run is scored. Game has slowed down a bit. If Sri Lankan team doesn't start taking risk, it is difficult for them to achieve the target, and CMS Lucknow will sail through smoothly. An over pitch delivery played upishly towards the square leg. Only 1 run can be taken. CMS is very happy with singles or twos. Next ball outside the leg stump, wide signaled by the umpire. Bowlers need to be careful. Next ball, good line delivery, played defensively back to the bowler. Bowler picks up in his follow through. With this, we come to the end of 11th over. 58 for 3 in 11 overs. Still 206 runs are to be scored in remaining 9 overs. That is On 54 deliveries, 206 runs are to be scored. So almost 4 runs on every delivery is the requirement to achieve the current target.
Arush is the next bowler, going to bowl from the CMS building end. On strike, we have Dylan, who's batting on 24. Tries to go for a cut, but it was beyond his reach. A wide signal. Arush, the bowler. And a big appeal for stump. And it has been taken. The decision has been converted to the third umpire. So we wait for the verdict. It was a quick stumping by the wicketkeeper. Let's see what would be the judgment of the third umpire. It's a matter of few inches or few centimeters. But one thing was sure, that the wicketkeeper was quick enough to whip off the veils. It seemed from here, the commentary box, that the batsman was slightly disbalanced. But it all depends after the third umpire goes through the footage, to the replays. So the verdict is there that the batsman is out. So that is a success for the CMS team, and a very good work by the concerned wicketkeeper, who was very quick enough to whip off the bails. As it is being shown on the big screen, we can see the batsman has not been able to gain his home. He's outside his home, that is a popping crease. And so that is the fourth wicket to fall for the Gateway College, Colombo, Sri Lanka. 12th over in progress. 59 runs have been scored for the loss of 4 wickets. It seems the new batsman is Timothy. Timothy guides it, but straight to the fielder. The third man region, no runs. Arush has tasted success in this over. His first over. Goes for a big hit, but misses it completely. Slight feeble appeal from the wicketkeeper, but the batsman had not left the crease for even a microsecond. So no harm done to the Sri Lankan team. The score remains at 59 runs for the loss of 4 wickets. 12th over in progress. Nice ball, but little wayward. The length was good, but not the line. The score moves on to 60 runs for the loss of 4 wickets. Another widest delivery. The bowlers have to be a little careful about these extras. They not only add up to the opponent's team score, but it also gives them the chance an extra ball. So 12th over completed, and Gateway College Colombo, Sri Lanka, has scored 61 runs for the loss of 4 wickets. This match is right now very properly in control of the CMS team from Lucknow, India, and the Sri Lankan team, Gateway College from Colombo. They have to do something out of box thinking, or they have to go on the offense and try to attack the bowlers of CMS, who are controlling the whole situation in a very nice manner. We have Suryansh Sachin Nigam. A sort of a freebie, and I think it was a ball he wanted to just this time a white signaled. Suryansh must be a little bit careful. Goes for a big hit but misses it completely. Ball collected by the wicketkeeper. Again, same thing. It was a repetition of the previous shot. The batsman goes back and tries to punch it, but misses it completely. Third ball, same result. Timothy is trying to say something to his partner, Kavishkar. Suryansh, who's bowling from the CMS Jayajagat Park end, his first over of the innings. This time the wicketkeeper misses a little bit, but there is no extra run taken. And with this, Suryansh Sachin overs come to an end, and he has only given 1 run in this over. After the 13th over, the score stands for the Gateway College Colombo 62 runs for the loss of 4 wickets.
Fourteenth over in progress. So the task is getting difficult and difficult for GC Colombo Sri Lanka. No more much time is left, so they can start taking their chances. Otherwise, the match is with every ball slipping off from their hands. It was a good length delivery. Batsman tried to hit it hard, but misses it completely. Hits on his pad. Appeal was made, but denied by the umpire. Again, a good length delivery played towards the short third man, fielded by the fielder. No run is scored. So batsman played it and scored one more run. So now it seems that Sri Lankan team wants to play full 20 overs. Once again, it was an over-pitch delivery hit hard by the batsman and went to the bowler, went to the fielder, but they could not hold it in their hands. One run is scored. And leg break ball missed out by the batsman while they want to hit it hard, gathered by the keeper, no run. Once again a very good length ball played defensively by the batsman, no run is scored. With this, the 14th over is completed. The score is 64 on the loss of 4 wickets. Only 6 overs are now remaining. So Sri Lankan batsmen must now take their chances. Otherwise, still in 6 over, they need to score 200 runs. So they need to take their chances on each and every delivery. Otherwise, it seems an impossible task from now onwards. Over pitch ball driven towards the point, very well fielded by the fielder. Only 1 run could be scored. Fifteenth over in progress, 65 for 4. Next ball hit hard towards the cover, but straight to the fielder. No run is scored. It was a flighted short of lane delivery. Batsman tried to hit it over the mid-on, but misses is completely, hits on his pad. No run is scored. Played defensively by the batsman towards the point region, fielded by the fielder. No run is scored. So it seems now the Sri Lankan batsmen have given up and they are taking their own time and playing it defensively. Even they are not even trying to reach to the target. At the end of 15th over, 65 for the loss of 4 wickets.
Very rightly said by my fellow commentators, Sachin sir. The Sri Lankan batsmen have decided to get some practice here, and the CMS bowlers. They are not giving them any room to go for the big shots. It is a dual spin attack right now, both ends. Arush, the bowler. This is a little wide away from the off stump. Tries to punch it but couldn't time it properly. And jumps out of the crease, and the decision has been referred to the third umpire. Let's see what the verdict would be. The batsman who had jumped out of the crease to hit through the line but misses it completely. And let's see whether the wicketkeeper was quick enough to whip off the bails before the batsman could get back the crease. We are still waiting for the third umpire decision. And the verdict is not out. Nice ball on the hard length. The batsman goes forward and just plays it towards the bowler. The bowler fields in his follow through. No run scored. Arush bowling from the CMS building end. This time also, both the batsmen have decided not to take any risk right now. They are not even going for any big shots, or it could be the bowler are not giving any chance for the batsman to score. This time the batsman tries to heave it to the mid-on region but could connect it properly, and with this Arush over comes to an end. 16 overs completed. At the end of the 16 overs, 66 runs for the loss of 4 wickets, and now just 4 more overs, and this match is now definitely into the hands of the CMS Lucknow, India's pocket. It's going to be an impossible task to achieve the rest of the runs in the next 4 overs. So we have Vansh getting ready to bowl from the CMS Jayajagat Park end. And this time he goes on the offensive into the gap, and it's 4 runs. After a long time, there has been an attacking shot by the Sri Lankan batsman, and let's see if we have some more. So Vansh goes for another big hit, but straight to the bowler. The bowler fields in his follow through. The first ball was hit for a boundary, the second ball dot ball. Again, good ball. The batsman tried to heave it towards the long off region, but couldn't put the bat to the ball. Good comeback by the bowler after being hit for a boundary in the very first ball that he bowled of this over. But next balls have been a dot ball. This time into the gap, but the fielder is quick enough to cover up and just keeps the scoring to 1 run. 1 run more added to the Gateway College score. Once getting ready to bowl. This time into the gap. The fielder coming in and stops it and does not allow the ball to move over the boundary line and keeps the score to 1 run.
More balls are remaining in this second innings. So it seems only the formality is left in the game. But still, the Sri Lankan batsman can try to play a few shots. A very good ball. No run is scored. 72 for 4. Next ball. Nicely bowled at the Yorker length. Batsman able to defend it. Played it towards the mid-off region. Fielded. No run is scored. Next ball. A full toss, but the batsman could not take the advantage of this full toss as they were not expecting it, so played it defensively. No more runs are scored. 15 more balls to be bowled. A shot of length driven towards the cover region, straight to the deep cover. 1 run is scored. 14 deliveries are remaining. 73 for 4. It was slightly overpitched and driven hard towards the deep cover. Fielded well by the fielders at deep cover. Only 1 run could be scored. An over-pitch delivery driven hard, and fielder at long off, tried it hard but couldn't stop it. Ball crossed over boundary ropes. Four runs is scored. After a long time, a boundary is hit. Nineteenth over has started. First ball bowled. And no run could be scored on the first ball of the 19th over. Next ball. A slightly over pitched and driven towards the long off. One run is scored. Another ball bowled, and as it was outside the stump, so the keeper also missed it, went to the third man for one run. One extra run is scored. Next ball from CMS Jayajagatan. It was hit over the top and went all along in the air, and the maximum is scored. I think it is the first six of this innings.
Tries to go for a big hit, but couldn't connect it properly, and the ball, after hitting the bat, trickles down to the fine leg area. One run. So the bowler getting ready to bowl his next delivery from the CMS Jayajagat Bagan. High up in the air, whether it would be taken a catch. No, it falls safely between three fielders. Even the bowler tried to reach, but couldn't reach it properly. And with this, we come to the end of the 19th over, the last penultimate over of this match. And Sri Lanka score stands at 88 runs for the loss of 4 wickets.
Last over in progress. Slightly bouncy ball has got the bounce from the pitch. Batsman played it towards the third man and crossed over for a single. 5 more deliveries are remaining. So CMS is sailing through very smoothly, and it's going to be a big win for them and a moral booster. They tried to hit it hard, but no contact was made. Ball collected by the keeper, sent back to the bowler. Third ball of the last over. Again bowled very nicely. Tried hard by the batsman, misses it, and at the same time keeper also couldn't gather it cleanly, so 1 run taken as a bye. 3 more deliveries to no balls and free hit being signalled by the umpire. So still 4 more deliveries to go. Good length ball outside the off stump. Batsman tried to hit it over the top, and once again the no ball signalled by the umpire. Is it overstepping? Due to the more players were outside the circle, so that is why the no ball was given. Once again an over pitch ball at the leg stump, pulled nicely by the batsman towards the mid wicket and went all along over the boundary row for 4 runs. So towards the end of the inning, 1 more boundary. The score is 96 for the loss of 4 wickets in 19.3 overs. Again, a no ball is being signalled. Is it a free hit? No. The normal delivery. Batsman played it between the fine leg and square leg, and ball went for the 4. I think ball hit the stumps and went to the boundary, so it was a bit of confusion. Rather, it was a wicket. So batsman got out. Ball hit the stumps and went to the boundary. So it was a wicket, not a 4 runs. Last ball of the over, if it is not a no ball. The score is 96. So the last ball of the inning bowled and outside the off stump, no run is scored. So CMS Lucknow India won the match very comfortably. Rather with a very big margin of 168 runs. So congratulations to City Montessori School Lucknow India, who also happens to be the host team. They beat the opposition team of Gateway College Colombo, Sri Lanka by a huge margin.
Both the teams are required to be near to the presentation arena. The match at CMS Stadium has been won by the CMS Lucknow India team. They scored a huge margin of 263 runs, and they were able to defeat the Gateway College from Colombo, Sri Lanka. They only were able to score 96 runs in the stipulated 20 over. I'd like to first call upon the Sri Lankan captain here for just a few words. So, what has been your views regarding today's match?
It wasn't our day, and our fielding should have been better. And the extras, it was hard because we had to adjust to the climate too, coming from very tropical side. And yeah, we'll try our best in the next match.
Okay. So, basically, as you said that you were not able to adjust to the conditions here. So that means that you would be better equipped in your next match.
Yes, much better than today because today was our first match playing in the cold actually, and it was a bit hard. But next match we'll give our best.
Okay, all the best for the next match. Now I would like to call upon the winning captain here. So, what was your basic strategy to while you were picking up the runs and your batsman? What was the strategy behind it? You wanted to go and hit from the very beginning, or you were a little bit more comfortable with the venue as it is your host branch?
Yeah, the openers gave us a very good start, leading to a bigger target like 263 runs, and finishing touches by Arden and other batters also put in their work.
So well played, and all the best for the future matches. God bless you. Now I'd like to call upon the man of the match for today. Can we have the man of the match? No guesses? Yeah, it is Laksh Agarwal. So can we have Laksh here? Brilliantly paced out innings. Well played. And here we have Laksh. And I would request Sachin Bharti sir to please give the man of the match award to Laksh, who played a very great innings, excellent innings of 59 runs. And there's one more award, which I would like to call upon Mr. Vicky from Aplomb for Laksh only. Keep on clapping for Laksh. And there's one more small token of gift from Aplomb. It's a hoodie. So congratulations, Laksh, and keep up the good work. All the best. And that's all for today. Good night, everyone, till we meet tomorrow.